are extremely happy to present something very novel uh, in this presentation to you today. We want to introduce to you the world's first incubator on the smartphones. I mean, you would have heard about the incubators at the universities or other private incubators, having cubicles and, providing spaces to people to develop ideas. Now, the World Innovation Network that we have, what we call it WIN, is actually a cloud technology platform. It's digital empowerment strategy for India and the whole world. The whole world actually, because of the pandemic, has been, I would say, pushed at least 5 to 7 years into the future. I used to physically go and set up these centers. We no longer do that. I mean, we do that, because we cannot travel. So we do that centrally from Gurgaon, our office here. And the whole idea of preparing this World Innovation Network, worldwide innovation network, is to supercharge your innovation and startup ecosystems. How do we enable people to recover? My main concern was that people are into a crisis today, all over the world. How do we enable people to recover from that crisis? How do we put them on the fast track? And how do we enable them to create a sustainable future? Because I think these are three very, very important questions bothering every entity, every company, every government, every individual, every startup. How do we enable you to do that? So the WIN Cloud platform, it provides basically millions of people with the incubators and the accelerators on their smartphones and the PCs. Because billions of people do not have the access to the incubators. The incubators help them in converting their ideas into businesses. And the accelerators, they help those ideas to scale up. I mean, that is the principal difference. So we thought, why don't we provide both the facilities on the smartphone itself? What a game changer it is going to be. And this is the only thing which can help us in achieving the higher innovation index, innovation growth and investments. We cannot do for a select few people. We can't be doing it for a certain elite class of people. I think India has got, about 55 million students entering the higher education every year. That's a very big number. How do we provide this facility to everyone, especially at a time when they cannot attend the colleges, they cannot attend the universities? So, we thought that it is extremely important. I think this slide says all as to what we have done. It is very, very important. If you see, what we are doing, the people on the left-hand side are the innovation seekers. So the government, the companies, the R&D centers, the venture capitalists, countries. On the right-hand side, you see people who are the innovation providers. Now, these providers, that you see on your right-hand side are basically universities. Are basically universities. And then startups, technology providers, professionals, and students. Now, each one of these entities is connected to the innovation seekers on this WIN platform. And why have we done that? I think there must be a question in your mind as to why are we doing this. See, it is very important to connect the people for boosting the innovations. In front of you, there is a chart that talks about the patents per million by WIPO. South Korea, 3,148 leads the world. Japan, 2005. Switzerland, we have another 2,000 people. And then, we have China, which is about 1,001. But if you see India, India is only having 37 patents per million. So when we analyzed the entire thing, we found that the industry, academia, co-innovation in all these countries were there. India had an exception where, we had a completely disconnected system of innovation ecosystem. So it is extremely important for us to have a connected ecosystem in the form of Win platform, which is going to connect all the stakeholders together. The connectivity between the innovation seekers and the innovation providers that we have over here actually, can create a very, very big open innovation ecosystem where the universities can connect with the MNCs, with the accelerators, with venture capitalists, and with the innovation funds. I think that is the whole idea that we have here. And this is actually going to reduce your innovation cycle time. It is going to boost your growth. So if you were taking about 2 years, you might just take about 3 months. And one of the glaring examples of, the collaborative innovations is an example of the collaboration between Innovation Next and GenAI. When I was updating the databases of the best consulting companies and certification companies in innovation, I found their name. I immediately wrote to Anthony, and I was very surprised to have his response within no time. That's how the world is looking for ideas. Imagine what is going to happen to your startups. Your startups will have the access to hundreds of companies to whom they can write, for funding, for databases, for the mentorship, for prototyping support, scale up, etc. So if you see the whole evolution journey over here of the phones that we see here, we have seen the phones getting transformed into an e-commerce, into the maps, into banks, into doctors. We wonder what next for the innovation, and the disruption age. What should the phone do for us? And we thought that the best thing that the phone can do for every individual could be take the role of an incubator, because people cannot go to physical incubators these days. And the next role we thought could be the role of an accelerator. So that's the journey of evolution that we have created. So the Win Cloud basically transforms every smartphone into an incubator and an accelerator, right? And it also transforms every PC, every laptop, every computer into the personal, incubator and an accelerator. You cannot survive without innovation in this age. The world is getting disrupted very fast without it. Business and innovation has become synonymous. There is no survival of any business. The primary reason why we did this, is basically, to develop the large-scale innovation capacity which the new innovation policy talks about. The new innovation policy says that you have to democratize the process of innovation, democratize entrepreneurship. How will you do that with universities having 10,000 students, 5,000 students? India has large student number base. Can you imagine the number of professors required to teach 5,000 students about innovation and entrepreneurship? At least 100. Where will you get them from? In any case, we have a great dearth of those professors who have the knowledge on the field of innovation and entrepreneurship. The next was ARIA ranking, the Atal ranking of the institute's innovation achievements, which says that every institute will be ranked on the basis of the number of startups that they have created, the funds that their people have, the money that they have raised, and the ideas which you have commercialized. How will you do this? It is not possible without the digital capacity. And the most important thing is the collaboration between the MNCs who are giving great support. I would say there was never a greater moment in the history of education system where the students could have gained such mileage from these companies. And if we fail to leverage that, I think we would have failed to leverage it, to take advantage of a very, very big opportunity. So it is very important for the universities to switch to the new EdTech solution, to the Win platform, so that they can get a great advantage. And it's a very, very comprehensive platform which has got, the Win platform, the 3D idea generators. I'll get back to you on this. The ready to use mind mapping templates, assessments, elevators, pitch, so on and so forth. So everything right now, basically, can be accessed on your smartphones. 2 years ago, this was not possible. But today, we upgraded our technologies. We use the best platforms. We changed our tools to be compatible with Android and Apple, everything. We got our mind maps onto the smartphones. We upgraded the technologies to make sure that it happens for everybody in the world on the go. It's very important to know that the world that we live in does not compete on innovation alone. I think the world today competes on the speed of innovation. The battle out there in the marketplace is not whether you're innovating or not, but are you innovating at the great speed? That's how Samsung defeated Nokia, by going to Silicon Valley and partnering with Google. I think that is the glaring example of open innovation, where you have to collaborate with people if you have to do something. So the students can make their pitch presentation straight away from the screen. It is the breakthrough startups, it can happen on their phones. So I think the whole digital empowerment of youth, which is going on in this country, even from various states, how do we empower the youth? Everybody talks about, out of the box ideas, innovations, the need for the innovations. The government talks about the policies. Everybody talks about the needs, but how do you execute those policies? How do we make sure that, we derive the maximum results from the efforts, that we have put in? How do we optimize those results? So I think this is an empowerment, a digital empowerment, a breakthrough empowerment for faculty, for students, for everybody. And of course, we take a great pride in the fact that, JNI would be, taking the Win platform to 40 countries in the world. And, we talk about the Vishwaguru Bharat. We are very humbled. We are playing a very small, but a very important role here. We've made a beginning, and we are very sure that, this product is going to become a global product within a very, very short span of time. The whole idea behind it is to empower the students and create a big impact on the global indexes. If you take care of one thing, it impacts everything together. We don't need to think about the other parameters. If you improve your innovation and entrepreneurship capacity in the country, you affect the global innovation index of India. You impact the global startup India ranking. You impact the GDP, because GDP and patents are absolutely related. China filed 15 lakhs patent last year. Global competitiveness index, because that talks about the innovation ecosystem, the human capital, transformation readiness. Talk about another rank, which is digital competitiveness rank. I mean, we are at 72 today. I think we can do very well in all these areas. The global talent and competitiveness. I think Anthony talked about the need for talent. When he talked about that World Economic Forum chart to you, how important it is for people to be talented these days. So we can improve our WIPO rankings of the number of patents per million. Just one thing. And that is what is very, very important. If you take care of the innovation index, the innovation and entrepreneurship parameters, it is going to affect everything. Now, I want to straight away take you, without wasting any more time, on the platform that we have created. So here on your screen, one second. I'm going to show you the Win platform. Yeah, and it is right here on your screen. You can see here 4,100 resources or assets. I call them assets and resources because without them, it is very difficult to create a successful innovation journey. I mean, an intellectual capital needs a solid research. If you're doing innovation and if it is not backed by the research, if it is not backed by the, the, the proper information and knowledge, it is going to be very difficult for you to succeed. So here we have, very, very important sections. I will not go inside those sections for the best interest of the time. Yeah, but yes, one-to-one, we can have our meetings, in case you want to know more about it. We have many people today. Those institutes who are wanting to know more can get back to us. But the resources for creating breakthrough innovation. Another very important factor, we do not focus on incremental innovations. If you are not having a breakthrough innovation, it's not worth it. If you have a competition, it's not worth it. We are very happy to say that Win platform does not have any competition from any part of the world. This is the only kind of a source, and we filed a WIPO patent to make sure that no other person in any part of the world can actually do that. So you have, how do you create a breakthrough innovation? How do you get your foresights? How do you analyze the trends? How do you see what's happening around the world when it comes to, the futuristic trends for innovation, for customer trends? How can you assess yourself? So on and so forth. So the power-packed resource which is there, how do you develop creative ideas? How do you assess the power of your ideas? You can actually test the score of your ideas, and then develop breakthrough designs. Simply go inside the channel, click it 1 second, and write whatever you want. Supposing you say it is IoT, you just write IoT, and your students and faculty have an inspiration of the latest IoT design by this company called Red Hot, which gives the awards for the best designs in the world. That's the source of your information. And if you want some more ideas from here, simply click on them. I mean, you click on them and you get some more ideas. This is the gas tank IoT integration system. How can you improve upon it? I think innovation is never an end. Many of the students can iterate around this. They can find out what could be the Indian solutions, what could be the Indian problems, which can be solved with this. It's an application of the product. For example, Alexa. Alexa is not an end by itself, but can Alexa help us in solving the problem of concierge in the hotels? So why should I have somebody telling me which is a good place to go out and see? I can ask Alexa. I think that's the kind of creative application of a technology. That kind of a mindset is required by the students in India. And I really don't know how to develop this kind of a product or a prototype or a POC. So thanks to the power of the digital technologies, if I really want to know, I live in Gurgaon in India, which is the best place near me which can create this design that I have in my mind. I can click here, I can go here, I can go to Lopez Design and say that their office is in Sushant Lok, Gurgaon, Haryana 122001, and I simply click here, go inside there, and I'm ready for the proof of my concept. That's one of the biggest problems that the students have these days. They really don't know how to create a minimum viable project. They don't know how to create the proof of concept. So I have my choice. I can talk to them. I have plenty of other companies to explore. We did not want to give just one solution. We wanted to give, the end-to-end solution to people. I think, and I think that is something, which is very important. What kind of creativity are you doing? If I go and understand the levels of creativity, what do you mean by the out-of-the-box ideas? So the taxonomy of creativity, it starts from imitation. Right? It's very easy to imitate. And many of the projects that we have here are the copy-paste ideas. Can we do a variation? Can we do a combination? Can we increase it further by bringing transformation into it? And then the original creation. I think a very good question was asked, as to, is it about just out-of-the-box ideas? I think it's much more than that. You go from one idea and keep increasing the levels and, your impact of the breakthrough. So therefore, I think it is extremely important to understand that these platforms are going to provide some amazing knowledge to your students who are, who are desperate. And sometimes I feel that, by providing the books to them and telling them to learn and mug up the entire thing, we are completely taking away and killing their creativity. We should not do that. It's a very different world we live in. This is not the world that, we were. I mean, we have the generation alpha. They are not used to studying and memorizing. They have ideas. Can we give their ideas the shape? So, from there to business plans, to making successful pitches, to, the resources for getting the funds for the early stages, everything that a business would need to succeed, to the venture capital, the best companies. I mean, that's covered in section 1. Section 2 has more resources for you, the career portals, technology transfer offices, and the links. But look at section 5, technologies and applications. As I said, I think innovation is more about giving an application to a technology. So who would have actually, thought that the technologies today would be growing at an exponential pace? And look at the way they are impacting our whole world. How they are, one technology, is basically impacting the cluster of various technologies all over the world. And that's something very, very important to understand. It's about the connectivity and the dots that we have as to how do we connect those dots. Now, the whole idea we have over here is to provide the students and the faculty with knowledge and with power, which also covers the syllabus. I mean, for example, all the pivotal technologies, the assistive technologies, which is required to be covered by the syllabus by the AICT, is covered here. So what is this drone technology? I can simply go and then see this drone technology on my screen. And as I see the drone technology on my screen, I see hundreds of applications of drones that I had never imagined. And that is what is the whole idea. Can we, inspire? Can we stimulate the imagination? Can we trigger those points? So, how can the students learn? So that's one of the videos you saw, how in US people are experimenting with drones for fire extinguishing. There are many. Who would have thought that the coastline would be watched? Who would have thought that one day this technology, which was used for killing the army, is actually going to, killing the enemy, is actually going to be used for the purpose of light entertainment shows by Disney World and Intel. That's creative. Can we trigger that creativity in our students? And can we then also provide them with the drone solution providers? That's the research with it. So if they have to partner with somebody wants to create a mining solution and he doesn't know what to do, you have the drone service provider here, who's an expert in this mining. There are so many big companies, including the Tatas here, who are into the mining, iron ore and everything. If the student, he joins an organization tomorrow, whether or not he becomes an entrepreneur, but at least he knows that here is the company which can provide the solutions. Today, to know the tech intelligence, to understand the technology part is extremely important. So what we have done is we have provided the complete, resource over here for people to understand what is technology. Look at the robotic trends. I mean, the way robots are being used today. The age of industrial robots is over. What we see today, robots at home, robots everywhere. But do our students know about it? And who are the best robot solution providers? For example, if I click inside this and go inside this and see, you will find the future is served. So tomorrow, if I have to set up a restaurant, or if I have to suggest to the best hotel industry in India, that how do you create a wow factor? How do you attract the best of the customers to your hotel? By creating a robo restaurant. That's the mindset that we want to bring, because ignorance in today's world about the technology is going to be the biggest drawback. Whether or not you use them, but at least you should know that this is the world of future. This is how the world is going to function. And these are the solutions, which are there with us. So the part of the technology solution providers is very, very large. It is the heart of the whole world innovation network. I mean, smart agriculture, for example, the agriculture solution providers, wonderful machines, right from the stage of seeding to nurturing to harvesting. Look at these amazing machineries, which are there in the world, which can drastically improve our yield and inspire the students to, create these machines for the agriculture of India. And these are the solutions. Innovation is all about finding out the solution. And if you want to partner with them, simply go and see the kind of list that we have given over here. The world's best companies, the best organizations to partner with you are all here. Sensors, in the Internet of Things products, the IoT, you talk about it, the smart logistics, smart shipping. The next section talks about the various challenges. How do we inspire our students to resolve the challenges? Click here and they go inside the platform and they see various challenges of the world. That's how you develop the global mindset. So what are the challenges over here? They can view the challenges. They can see the prize money. They can see what is the last date. $15,000. So similarly, $20,000 here, $5,000 here. So, and these are all dynamic sites. They can go, they can explore and improve their, problem solving skills, which is so very important today. Various platforms, Agorize, HeroX in Canada, EgoNet, the Idea Scale. Then we have the business challenges of Buzoku, Open IDEO challenges, innovation challenges, hubs. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. The good part is, sustainable development goals. The good part is that, they have been given a great choice depending upon the passions that they might have, the interest that they might have. Tata Innovers from India. The moment I go inside this company, an Indian company, they get to see the challenge and they get to see the prize money, which is rupees 20 lakhs. They get to see the challenge. They get to see the prize money. And I think, so what is the novel method of drilling that the students can think of? And they have got a great mind. Unless you challenge them, my thinking is that unless you challenge a student, he will never come up with the ideas. And they have got a great mind. So how do we provide that great mind a very, very good direction? So we have these challenges. We have incubators and the accelerators. We have the top venture capital companies in India and all around the world. But here is the platform that I want all of you to see, which is the open innovation platform of the MNC companies. 118 corporate venture companies providing support to the startups. Click here. Simply go inside and see. Look at the companies, right from Alphabet and the Google to LG to some amazing companies. If any student today, he has an idea on let us say, health tech or a pharma business, can you imagine how many companies are standing in the queue? So you can see we have reversed the queue. The student used to be standing in a queue for the jobs. With this, we anticipate that the companies would be standing in the queue to get the ideas of the students. So we have Pfizer Ventures, we have AstraZeneca Ventures, we have Merck Ventures. Go inside. In 1 second, I'm inside the company. There are no barriers. I mean, you can imagine when you used to have a postman coming to your home to deliver a letter, and then what happened when the internet came. We have to shun our conventional methods of industry academia. We don't need anybody to create any connections for us anymore. I think that's a big disruption that we bring in over here. So really, if you want to see how is this company, Merck actually, funding the early stages of innovations, right? If you want to know more, click over here. Here is a portfolio, and you can see what are the companies which they have created, get some ideas, improve upon these ideas. Artios, for example, is a company. If I really want to go inside this company and see what they're doing, I have all the knowledge and information with me. So I think that's the kind of platform we provide, available to you 24/7, wherever you are. That is the beauty of the package. So we really call it more than the incubator and the accelerator. This is your success. This is your win. This is your victory. Then we have Johnson & Johnson standing in the queue. We have GlaxoSmithKline in the queue. We have Sanofi Ventures. We have Eli Lilly Ventures. We have Roche Venture Fund. We have Novartis. How many companies do you want? If a student's idea does not click with one company, he has got 10 more companies. His career is not depending on the jobs anymore. If he creates one patent, and if he's able to sell one patent to them, it's worth $1 billion. That's how values are created. But here the thinking is, will I get a job of 5 lakhs of rupees? I think we need to change that mindset. Now this is Cardinal Ventures, partnering with the student founders to build a future. Look at energy. How many companies do you want? Go to Shell, for example. Can you believe that a billionaire Fortune 500 company, they say that, we partner with the startups and we fund their early stages and take them to the scale up and the growth phases? What a moment we stand, and what are we missing? I mean, I would say that, any university who is still sticking to their old mindset of closed innovations, they are going to lose. They are not going to come ahead of the others. And therefore, it is very, very important for the universities to really leverage this platform, provide the students. I mean, then you have Chevron, then you have BP Ventures, you have Grid, you have Total. Look at the number of companies, which are there. And then, if you really want to go out of this, Anthony provided us day before yesterday with corporate co-innovation centers. Wonderful list. Now, these centers, the only difference that they have made between previous time to this time is what I saw, that they were called corporate innovation centers, but they have changed their names and they call it co-innovation centers, because they have realized without the ideas of the universities and the students, they cannot work. Now, this is divided into 10 sections again: technology, retail, finance, health, beverages, auto. Go over here, technology companies. The name of the center is Cisco Global Co-Innovation Center. I go inside this organization and see that, how they are trying to create a space where they would be working, with the partners like the universities and the students. What a moment. And thank you, Anthony, for this wonderful piece of information, which has added a great value to the product. Now, that's the kind of, co-working also. GNI and Innovation Next is trying to create this platform even more powerful. We want to add more value to this every day. So it is extremely important for the universities to know that the only thing we are looking at today is how do we bring in more value to your organization, to your universities. And so we have accelerators by the FMCGs, accelerators by the automobile companies. So it's so simple. I want to go and partner with a company, let's say Procter and Gamble. In a conventional method, I would have gone through my industry academia director. I don't need him. Disrupted. Let him focus his attention on some better jobs. And I have here, what is P&G looking for? Straight away go inside. I have the list of the requirement which that company has. I don't need to do any market research. And you will know that most of these startups, they fail because they have no connect with the market. And if I want to further go and find out oral, personal, family care innovations, 16 current needs, what more do you want? Your market research has been done by your customer. So you have, for example, they say we need respiratory technology because of the COVID, because they have done the market research. That's the power of the package. That's the power of the whole idea that we are trying to bring into you. That we have Unilever Foundry, then we have Pepsi, then we have Kellogg's, then we have Starbucks. I mean, the list goes endless, and all of them supporting the students. If that's not enough, many students in India want automobiles, because they are very fascinated by that. The world's largest patent filing company in automobiles, Bosch. What do they say? The moment I go inside, they say it's a win-win partnership between Bosch and startups. And then they say this is what we provide to the startups. What else would you need? My only question to the universities is, what else would you need? Please tell us. And we will be very happy to know and provide you with that. So we used to say that dreaming is not enough, but Honda tells the people only to dream. So the students are back to their world where they can become dreamers and not merely people who can actually deliver the innovations. If they can dream and, talk to the companies, these companies are going to give you funding and prototyping, testing the products. They will give you the mentors. They will give you the collaboration workspace. They have given the areas, what their focus is. They have told you, what people are doing. What are you waiting for? Just get in touch. Click here. And it is accelerator@hondainnovations.com. The mail is ready for you. I don't think it can be much faster than this. We live in a world where it is a survival of the fastest. Whosoever, gives his ideas at a faster pace has got more chances of winning in this world. So all these companies, I will not take you further, but that is the kind of work which is there. We also have Indian companies over here. So somebody wants to partner with the Aditya Birla Group, simply go inside. Hundreds of companies are there. They have got 10 companies in their units. 5 days are still left for this challenge. What are they providing? Challenges, themes, hackathons, partners, collaborations, piloting, investments, grants. Look at the dashboard. 36 have already collaborated. So I think it's a great opportunity for all of you, and that you need to definitely seize it and see that this becomes one of the best platforms for you to develop the large scale innovation capacity. I come to the other tool, which is called the 3D idea generator. Now, this tool is the innovation rubrics. The students, they want to play. One of the mindsets that they have is innovation should be fun. It should not be boring and monotonous exercise. It should not be something, which is taxing your brain a great deal. So we created this rubrics, which you can see in all the 6 dimensions, the left, the right, the top, the bottom, and we have 12 such cubes for every need. This is for a design innovation. So any newcomer, any student who has no idea of what design thinking is, he's not creative at all. That's the artificial mind we provide. So he can actually, create many new combinations of ideas. How can I make the product, much more simpler than what it was? And he simply circles it and, takes it to the mind map, which is the next step. How can I combine 2 different technologies? How can my style also have solutions? You're not happy with this, we can shuffle it more. How can I minimize, the area taken by this product? It's everything about miniaturizations. by using this product more and more, I think it has gone into our mind. I just thought, why should the incubator and the accelerator be so big as the size of a building? Why, why can't the incubator be on the mobile phone? I mean, where is the physical structure of a bank today? Where is the bank? It's vanished. The physical structures in future will vanish, and the virtual and digital structures, going to replace them. So what can we utilize? Can we utilize the cloud technologies? Can we substitute the physical with the virtual ones? Can we eliminate completely the need for people to go to those accelerators and the incubators? So whenever I was giving the example of this idea generator to people on design thinking, it went into my mind. I mean, I'm not a born genius. I was a very, very ordinary student. So all I want to say is that even the ordinary students can come up with the extraordinary and breakthrough ideas. That's the power of this package. So while explaining this, it just went into my mind. How can we create a great futuristic product, which is going to resolve some great challenges of the world? So here you are, and then I can take the screenshot and take it to my mind map. I can keep it. I can come next time, or if I want to shuffle it right away, I can shuffle it. Can we make it self-driven? I mean, why should I allow anybody between the artificial intelligence and the student to come in? Why? Tell me one good reason. So we thought of this. Let Win be a self-driven product. Can we create the connections, with the company so that the students don't have to struggle? Can we create a digital platform which is much more efficient, and not only for the students, but all the segments of the innovation ecosystem? These are the ways that we thought about our ideas. And the result is in front of you, where today you can create some amazing innovations with this kind of a product. I have helped Tata Motors to create the next generation of cars with this. Right? I've helped Aditya Birla Group to create their future growth with this. So I'm sure, this is going to be of great help. And if you want to shuffle it, let it be out of the human bias. Because whenever, you have the human bias, the randomness completely goes away. And when the randomness goes away, there is no creativity. We must have randomness and the creative chaos. Generate the creative chaos. So it is programmed for a 20 times of random shuffling. This is not in my hands now, but imagine the mathematical possibility of 43 quintillion, combinations and permutations, which you are going to get out of this idea generator. I can pick up, the marker and say that how do I make my product much more cost efficient? How can I make my product energy efficient? Instead of making it bigger, can I make it portable? Yes, I get an idea. Let's make it small. Can I resolve the problem? By looking into a little more cheaper means of creating the utilities and creating a smarter product. How do I make it a problem free? I can go on, and this is only one side. You can go on the next side, and see what are the kind of ideas which are given on this side. So why don't we use the vertical space? Wherever I went in the factories, I only saw that, the horizontal spaces were used. So we suggested to many companies, use the vertical space. Why don't we use the harmful effects, right? So how can you create the energy solutions? I mean, it's on and on. And the second idea generator is about artificial intelligence. Look at the product that you have on your screen, and how it is going to create some amazing combinations in the field of artificial intelligence. You just tilt it here and there. So we have AI, and I want to create something for the automotive industry. I can simply shuffle it. I can shuffle this and say, create some new ideas, which are unimagined. So that's the whole idea of creating, the idea generator. Move to the mind mapping section. The most important asset that we have here in the repository of wind is the set of 100 mind maps. And the good part is that we have created this mind maps by giving you the principal idea. This is the principal idea, Internet of Things, which is covered by the AICT syllabus, by giving you the main idea. But what is more important is we have expanded them to sub ideas. So it is very easy for the students to simply go over here and see as to what they can do and how they can actually create some new solutions out of it. And if you want to further analyze these ideas, you can always go and say that expand these ideas, so on and so forth. So I think it is very important that the students look at these sections. If you want to know about the smart factories, go to the smart factories, smart cities, go to the smart cities. So how are you going to create a big impact? So when you have these smart automobiles here, I can expand them. I can say that this is the idea I have: smart driving assistance. Immobilize the engine for drunken drivers. Want to make a presentation? No need for PowerPoint. Go and make the presentation from here. So what is the pitch of the student to the professor? He says, I have an idea, and he expands the idea on the bubbles which are given there. We gave up to smart driving assistance. He expanded by saying that you have to immobilize the engine for drunken drivers. We gave the idea up to automated emergency management. He said, the drones for charging the battery of electrical vehicles in emergency conditions. We gave an idea up to driver safety systems. The student expanded it and said that there should be a risk alarm before overtaking. There should be pothole sensors. There should be pedestrian sensors. That is the beauty. Every mind that you have over here is a powerhouse of innovation. They go to factories today. When they go to the factories, they have to go and make the improvements in machines, methods, material. They are after all mechanical engineers. How will they do that? How will they resolve the problems? Because the bookish knowledge and the knowledge of the shop floor are two different things. So if he walks on the assembly, let us say, plant of Tata Motors, he will find out that, there are so many things to be seen over there. The whole menu of 52 items required by a manufacturing, unit. So why am I using the excessive materials? Why do we have an excessive movement? Why are we doing the over processing? What is my waiting time? Space layout, for example. He can give ideas that the space layout is not right. There is too much of a movement. So why don't I have a point of usage storage? My materials come from store every time. Why do we have the speed losses? Conversion efficiency. If he has any idea on this, cost efficiency, he need to pick up a topic here, subtopic, add it, and he adds his ideas. And his mind map, is completely ready for giving a presentation on the cost efficiency. We know that we are working in a jet age, and we cannot provide systems, which are of the different age, a very slow age. The world is exponentially changing at a great speed. And for this, we realized that we have to give them things which are going to be really, really very fast. How do we enable a simple student to design it? So how will he combine products, processes, technologies? How will he eliminate the problem areas? Think about this. And not only that, every technology we covered. So this is an example of covering a technology. How will the drones be used for the airports? If he has any idea. So he has to simply click here and say the subtopic and say, I want to use the drones for the surveillance in the future, right? Or, I want to use this drone, in case of an emergency, to supply the tea and coffee, from the drones for the telecom sector, the inspections, the leakage in the pipelines can be detected by the drone. These applications have not been thought of. I mean, if I was to do all this, I think I would have a great repository of patents in mind. But that's not the intention. The intention is to really provide solutions to the students, provide them, the methodology by which they can actually, create a breakthrough. But what is a breakthrough? A breakthrough, is something which exceeds the industry norms. It reduces the price below the industry norms. It addresses the unmet customer needs. While talking about this breakthrough innovation template to many companies, these ideas went into my mind. They took shape. And every time I was trying to create a solution, they used to tell me, first of all, why don't you do this? You do something, which is a breakthrough. And that was a very difficult challenge for me. I said, yes, I think if I can demonstrate to the world the kind of work that we are doing, which has got no competition, that will be truly a breakthrough. So I think we challenged all the conventions. The conventional wisdom required people to go to the incubator. We shunned that. There was nothing wrong with Microsoft selling shrink-wrapped products in the packages and all till Google came and offered everything online. That's the difference. So how do we create this game changer innovations? There is a complete set of mind map for students to convert the ideas into businesses. That's called the startup development framework. I don't have the time today, but next time, if you really want to know that, how to convert a business idea into an evolutionary idea into a revolutionary business model, or an incremental idea into a monumental business model, feel free to talk to us. Thank you so much for your most valuable time and for the patience that you have shown and giving us an opportunity to showcase the breakthrough that we have created for you, or for the benefit of the universities and the governments. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, or if you have any questions, I will be very happy to take it. If you can write it, if there is anything that you want to say. I cannot see any questions.
I just wanted to comment that you've done an excellent job of just really highlighting and demonstrating how powerful this tool is and how rich it is. I can see universities giving this to their students and, having any sorts of innovation and incubator programs and using this as the basis for it. And students can take this tool and really almost spend a lifetime digging through the incredible resources the platform has. So it's a wonderful, wonderful resource for universities and students to give their students and have them use. And I'm very excited to have access to this. I believe we have a question from Rama again. If you want to, Rama wants to unmute and ask her question.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Praveen. It's rather a very great tool. I should appreciate it. It is a small word if I say that it is a great accumulation of all the resources, but it is much more than that.
Thank you.
One thing that I wish to ask is that is this platform has to be through university or students can access on their own?
So this has to be through a university because we give the B2B license. So, and the student access it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, an individual student cannot access even by paying or do?
No, it is a B2B license, and that is how it is very, very beneficial to them. The individual pricing is going to be a little higher. So usually we appreciate that because there are many students and everybody should access this. So we can speak as to how we can provide the enterprise licenses to you. Please leave your number, or leave it in the chat box, and we'll definitely get back.
Actually, what I would do is that I'll connect. I may not be a right person, but I'll connect through our entrepreneurship cell.
Yeah,
they would be more appropriate. Of course, I'll be happy to be part of the discussion, but
Sure.
I mean, they would rather have a look
Mr.
at rather than.
Mr. Batra was there. You can talk to him. Mr. Vinod Shastri was there. I don't know whether they're still there or not. But if you're from
I'm
Bennett,
speaking about Vinod Shastri only.
okay, so you can give the feedback to Mr. Vinod Shastri. I will be sharing the recording of this video. And you can also share that recording with them.
Actually, that would be much great, because a video of, I mean, a video of this sort would be much useful to share.
Sure, we will do that. Sure, we will make sure that it reaches you. Yes, thank you so much for your feedback, and we look forward. Any other questions? Any other comments? Any other ideas that you have? How we can make this better? We'll be very happy to receive it from you.
I mean, it's even though it's a business is your call. Sorry if I have to, but when you look up at the other side of India, where there are a lot of colleges in rural India.
Yes, yes.
And these colleges may not be what we call I mean, investing in there. I'll put that word invest in quotes. So that is why I have asked this question, that I mean, how can a set of students can access this? Because I know that there is something economics to side, but I'm not really looking to the economic side, because that is not my forte.
Yeah, we will definitely.
I'm looking up at more this tool going more deep into the grassroots and to.
Sure, we will definitely
set of colleges where students.
We will surely look into that idea and try to see that we meet your expectations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
I mean, this is a sort of request from the student community of rural areas.
I get your point. We'll definitely do something about it. Thank you. Yeah. Any other questions if you have? Anyone with any other comments, questions, or feedback or suggestions, like Rama gave it to us? It's an excellent suggestion he has given. We'll definitely try and see as to how this can be accessed by many people in rural India in a larger way. Yes, we'll do that. Okay, so if there are no questions, I think I've done very well. So thank you so much for your time.
Excellent one, sir.
Thank you.
It is what it is needed, sir. Like whenever we are looking out on when students are coming with idea, no?
Yeah.
So what is next? That is the solution with you, sir. What is next is you.
Absolutely.
After idea.
Actually, this is the result of my 25 years of work that I have done, and how we can solve their problems. And it's now filtered to this level, and I feel very happy when I listen to all of you. It inspires us more, and it is all because of your inspiration that the product has taken this shape. Every time I used to make the presentation, and people used to really like it, and we went on making the improvement. We never stopped. Even today, we don't stop. I think that is an endeavor, because I believe innovation is all about an evolution, and it's an evolutionary journey. And must thank Anthony again, for his valuable feedback. He always inspires us. He's always been, very, very encouraging to us. We are very sure that within a very short span of time, we will be able to resolve the big challenges of the academics and even the organizations all over the world.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, sir. This is Amit here from.
Yes. Hi, Amit. How are you? I didn't know you were there. Great.
Yes,
yeah.
In fact, I do not have any questions. I just want to express my heartfelt thanks and appreciations for this is something magic, actually. If I can say a word, one word to describe these tools and techniques, it's full of excitements, full of fun, and full of fantastic learning experience.
Thank you, Amit. By the way, Anthony, let me introduce Amit. Amit heads the business excellence and innovation for Kirloskar oil engines in India. So, and Amit is very excited, by your certification programs. I have already suggested to him. So, he would definitely take it forward, as we go ahead. So thank you, Amit, for that feedback. We are very delighted. And if you call it a magic, I say that there is a supernatural power beyond a man. And when that power starts working, you see that it happens in this state. So I think it's a universal conspiracy by the supreme intelligence. I believe in God, and I believe that it is His intelligence which is reflecting through me. That's it.
Sir, hats off to your
Praveen.
passion.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
I'm Pranveer.
Yes, sir. How are you? We only discussed yesterday. Yes. How are you doing? Yes.
I'm good. My suggestion, because I'm in academia and I know that what is the current mindset of that younger generation. I would like to suggest you if you can develop that the stepwise process flow diagram.
Yeah. It is already there, sir. The process flow diagram in the whole manual that we have created is there, but time was less. I could not show. But if you see how the whole process works, it is right on your screen. So, this is how people have to look into the whole area.
No. My point is that how to retrieve this platform.
Yeah, that is there. No, that is what I'm saying. See, if I go and say that, the guidelines, it is all here in front of you. I mean, the guidelines for retrieving, not only retrieving, but also using the platform to its maximum potential. So how will I use section number 1? How will I use section number 6, for example, global challenges? Which mind map I will go to? Everything it says, go to problem statement mind map, go to this mind map, go to startup development framework, go to 3D idea generator. Sir, everything is covered. There is no need for any manual intervention from a professor.
No, not manual intervention. That is the basically.
So the process, the complete guidelines is in front of you for every section.
That I could not cross through that.
Yeah. Because we had less time. You can go back to the index, and if you want to know how this, venture capital companies have to be used, resources for breakthrough innovations have to be used. Every section is covered threadbare with the screenshots, what you will see, what to enter into, where to go, how it is going to make a difference. So it's it is all everything. So for example, I talked about foresight. It is there.
That is
This
the
guide
data.
is available
I was
on
thinking that otherwise the younger mind will be stuck in between.
No, sir. No. I think Anthony and me, we spent a lot of time, in creating a detailed process for the entire WIN platform so that there is no confusion in the minds of people.
Okay.
Yeah, you can download this guidebook from either the Innovation Next or the GenI website.
Yes. It is there on the GenI website. You can download that. And, it is also available on the Innovation Next website. We believe in the detailed processing of everything. And I believe process is very important.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining in, sir.
Thank you. So on this closing note, I guess we had a wonderful session with a lot of insights coming on from Mr. Anthony Mills and Mr. Praveen Rajpal. Of course, we had lovely questions coming from the audience as well. And it's an interesting insights coming in for developing breakthroughs, for startups and corporate ventures. So on this note, I would like to thank Mr. Anthony Mills and Praveen sir for being here, sharing great insights on the subject and making this session so engaging and interesting.
Thank you, Ekta.
Yes. Thank you, our lovely audience, for being here, putting your questions and suggestions to Mr. Praveen and Mr. Anthony for making it very successful. Thank you, Mr. Jay Bharadwaj, for hosting.
I would like to, give a vote of thanks to Anthony Mills, special thanks to him, to Ekta Dubey, to all the participants, who came in despite the fact that, the time was 6 o'clock and they had to go to their homes and families and everything. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jay, Ekta's team, and everybody who participated. It was really a great pleasure. We look forward to a wonderful, session and, more programs with you in the future. Dr. Kalurkar, Amit, Pranveer sir, everybody who was there today, who took off their time and came here. Heartfelt thanks. Wish you all the best.
It was
Thank
pleasure.
you. wish you all the best.
Pleasure listening to you.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
very
really,
much.
it was pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And you know, I wish you all the best. Thank you, Anthony, once again, and wish you all the best.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe and have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.